Hey everybody, what's happening? Son of a Silver Stacker here. In today's numismatic news and information for the 6th day of March 2023, I'm going to welcome you over to JM Bullion so we can check out those live spot prices. But before that, we got some stuff going on today I got to tell you about. Now, first things first, coffee and coin talk with Stacker. That's me. That's going to be this morning at 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. on the West Coast for your early birds out there. Now, check it out. Today's the drop for the U.S. Army 2.5 ounce silver medal from the United States Mint. We're going to be starting that today at 11:40 a.m. Come check it out and tell a friend. Now, next thing I'm going to do is get a huge shout out and a big thank you to all of our channel members. Thank you very much. This would be a lot more difficult and challenging without your support. Really appreciate you. Now over here to JM Bullion. Looks like gold is down 423 to 1859.32. Silver down 9 cents to 21.39. Platinum down 12.89 to 981.54. Palladium down 24.26 to 14.72.62. And if we're going to be looking at the premiums, yeah, we're at about 14.68. So they're climbing right now and not going down. That's kind of a little bummer in the summer right there, no doubt about it. Now, I think these numbers are like this because we're going to get jobs data this week. So we should be paying attention to that. Now, we also are paying attention to the bullion sales at the United States Mint. Now, we know yesterday was Sunday, so no new tale to tell there. But check this out. This is from mining.com. This is from Reuters, February 28, 2023, 8:29 a.m. Markets, Russia and Central Asia, USA, and aluminum. I don't even know. It says here, LME halts flow of Russian metals into U.S. warehouses. What? Yeah. So that just happened. Look at that. Stack of raw aluminum ingot in cargo port. That's a stock image. There you go. Now it says here the LME, that's the London Metal Exchange, said on Tuesday it has suspended the inflow of Russian-based metals into its U.S. registered warehouses due to the planned imposition of tariffs on Russian metal by the United States. The United States on Friday. Whoa, what's going on here? More sanctions and tariffs, yeah? The United States said on Friday it would impose a 200% tariff on aluminum and derivatives produced in Russia from March 10th. Folks, that's in about 3 or 4 short days. And the LME said it also raised tariffs on other metals. So, yeah, the United States said they're going to impose a tariff right there on aluminum. And then looks like the LME, they piled on and was like, yeah, we're going to raise tariffs on other metals. And, well, what are those other metals? I'm going to leave a link in the description for this particular one. Yeah, we're going to go here to Silver Santa on Twitter. New U.S. penal tariffs for imports of Russian metal. Aluminum, we saw that had 200% tariff. Copper, look at that, 70% tariff. Lead, 70% tariff. And nickel at a 35% tariff. Now, folks, we use all of these metals in our circulating coinage. What is that going to mean? So there you go. I'll leave a link for the Twitter page to Mr. Silver Santa as well. That's going to be really interesting to see how that all plays out. Now let's bump over here to the United States Mint. Like I said, it's March 6th, and you know what that is? That's right. It's that day for product S22 Mike Echo. That's military, and that's E for 5th product out of this series. Okay. This is going to be a big deal today, I think, folks, in my opinion, because, well, let's face it. It is such a limited product. Now, we know that the United States Mint employed the waiting room only for the American Silver Eagles this year. And they did not employ it for the Bessie Coleman rolls and bags. Now, kind of a different situation here. The PDS rolls and bags, all right, had 12,500 or so products available, while this one today is going to be having 10,000 available. And what's different about that product compared to this one? Well, there's 2 other differences that stand out. This one is not available for subscription. And, well, guess what? It's going to have the waiting room employed on it. That's right. So we're going to see the waiting room for this one. I think, judging from the launch for the American Silver Eagles and the congratulations said, I do believe that this is going to be smooth. I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to say too much, but that absolutely could be the case. Now, like I said, 10,000 is the product limit. The household order limit is one that should do well in our favor if we're looking for these today. Because let's face it, if you got one, you probably want the rest, even if the price went up. So you've already made the commitment. You have to almost feel like you want to finish the set, right? And I think that goes for the 1 ounce silver metals as well, doesn't it? I would think so. Now, how many of these are going to be available today? Well, so far it says, and I've just refreshed this, we're about 1,055 away from 10,000. And that would make this particular metal the lowest minted or the lowest product availability so far out of this 5 metal series. Well, it's going to be a 6 metal series, but this is the 5th one and the lowest so far. And could they strike more? Absolutely. Now, let's go over here to eBay and check out what's what on the U.S. Army 2.5 ounce silver medal. So there's 4 maybe new listings here: 319, 325, 215, and 280. I think that's pretty interesting that the price is actually above $300. Because of that, I think this is one of the first ones that started off this high. And I think we can thank the United States Mint for that, raising their prices. And that obviously has a trickle-down effect onto the consumer, right? Because it always goes in that direction. Now, there's a great article here. I wanted to share this with you. This came out March 2nd. This is from Coin World, and it's by Paul Gilks. This is good stuff. It says the title of the article: U.S. Mint to use waiting room for product launches. And folks, if you didn't do the American Silver Eagle launch with us on last Tuesday, this is going to be probably your first exposure to that wait room. And so Paul Gilks has written an article and setting up some of those expectations from what to see today. So we really appreciate that, Mr. Paul Gilks, and I'm going to go over some of those right now. U.S. Mint plans to regulate online traffic during certain popular numismatic product releases to permit positive customer experiences. And we do appreciate that, no doubt about it. All right, the U.S. Mint planned to introduce a virtual waiting room on its online catalog March 2nd with the stated goal of keeping the website from being overloaded or crashing during peak demand. And honestly, during that March 2nd release for the American Silver Eagles, it was fantastic. No complaints except for, well, I wouldn't log in too early. I would probably log in about 10 minutes before and not much more than that. Now, the waiting room addition was in conjunction with the public sale launch of the individual proof 2023 West Point Minted American Eagle Silver Dollar and the 2023 Congratulations set, 2 limited products that incorporate the same coin in different packaging. Now, let's see, 2 limited products. Yeah, I don't know that the American Silver Eagle by itself was limited, but definitely the Congratulations set was limited to a product limit of 40,000 with a household order limit of 3 that day. But I believe they took that off at noon the next day, and that's when that product quickly disappeared. Now, for the Proof American Silver Eagle, they had a product limit of that day, household order limit rather, of 25, and they took that off as well. Now, the wait room will ensure the best possible user experience when we release our most popular products. Now, the Mint hasn't said that they're going to come out and deploy or employ this particular wait room today, but I would say that that would be, well, prudent, I would think. Now, according to the U.S. Mint's Office of Corporate Communications, we will deploy the wait room whenever we expect site traffic to exceed its capacity so that the site can effectively take and process orders. Now, would they think that they could handle 10,000 people or 15,000 people looking for 8,455 coins or so? I don't know, but I'm definitely going to be there to find out. Now, it says here, if you've ever purchased high-demand concert tickets or a highly anticipated video game console, I don't know how that works out, then you have probably experienced a virtual waiting room, according to the United States Mint, or you purchase products at other mints, right? Like the Royal Mint, they could have put that in there. Now, here's what customers were to experience, right? This is the setup with the debut of the wait room. Now, just before the noon Eastern time release, all customers on the site would be removed or be moved into the wait room and assigned a random position in line. Each visitor on the site at that time would have an equal chance at being either first or last in line. Yikes. Now, I was logged in at about 11:23 on March 2nd, and I didn't get into the wait room until 12:00:02. So that was a bummer in the summer for me, while the other folks on the chat actually got in early, got in right away at noon. So that was pretty amazing. So I don't think logging in or camping out is a good idea. I think you get bumped. Now, at noon Eastern time, the wait room would begin letting site visitors onto the catalog website as quickly as possible, while simultaneously ensuring the site's traffic would not exceed capacity. Customers who would arrive on the site after the noon Eastern time release would be added to the end of the line in the order which they arrived. Okay, first come, first serve after noon, right? The wait room would remain active until site traffic would return to normal levels. Is that 24 hours? Is that 12 hours? Not sure. But it would be interesting to find out how long the Mint would keep that particular program running. Now, it says here, those seeking to place orders while the wait room is initiated would notice the following. It does not benefit a customer to camp out on the site by arriving hours early on a release day, or even 45 minutes, I would think. Regardless of the time a customer session started, everyone on the site just prior to the noon Eastern time release would be given equal treatment by receiving a randomly generated position in line. I don't know if that's 100% working right now because of what happened in my experience, but that's okay. Once a customer was placed in the wait room, the customer would be given an estimated wait time based on the position in line. Customers were advised not to refresh the wait. That's absolutely true. Not to refresh the wait room page or close their browser. Either event would cause a session to refresh, causing the customer to re-enter the wait room at the back of the line. You don't want to be that person. Nope, don't be that guy. Customers were asked to complete their transaction as quickly as possible. Hurry up! Well, if you can't, you can't. If you can, you can. I think you get 10 minutes, right? To prevent inactive sessions from taking up places in line, a limit is placed on a customer's time on the catalog site after exiting the waiting room. A customer who has not placed items in the cart and started checking out within 10 minutes will be moved back to the wait room at the back of the line. Nearly all transactions on popular release days take less than 5 minutes. Now, I wonder if you're perusing the, the Mint's product catalog, right? And you're about 9 minutes in, and then you say, well, I'm just going to throw some stuff into the cart. Does that or extend your time by 5 minutes, another 10 minutes? I don't know. That's interesting. I think that's a question we should be asking. Product availability is not guaranteed to customers who enter the waiting room. Yikes, that's no good. Now, to better ensure receipt of product, Mint officials strongly suggest that customers place orders via the subscription option when they become available. Yeah, that doesn't work for today's drop, does it? And that's why I think today is going to be a greater test than March 2nd, even though the congratulations set was also not on subscription as well. All right. Now it says here several popular limited edition numismatic products offered by subscription has sold out to Mint customers via the subscription option before being released through public sales launch. That has happened in the past. I think that's why the United States Mint added extra products. Now let's bump over here to the plus ones, folks. Now, bam, this is it. I don't think I need that one. Boom. So here we go. It says Proverbs 9, 7, and 8. It says here, but one who chastises the scoffer acquires shame for himself, and he who rebukes the wicked acquires a blemish for himself. Do not rebuke a scoffer, lest he hate you. Rebuke a wise man instead, and he will love you. So I think that all breaks down to say that, while it's proper to teach the unschooled, teaching the scoffer and the wicked is worse than futile. You get nothing except maybe some hate and a blemish. Yeah, you don't need that. You don't want that. Now let's head over here to 395 99.9 KOIN Coin News Radio. This is Nacho Libre's soundtrack. This is Beck, Holy Man. And if you haven't seen this movie, Nacho Libre, what are you waiting for? It's magic. There it is, folks. I want to thank you all for watching. Thanks for dropping by. Don't forget to hit that like button. And if you do like what you hear and see, please subscribe to the channel. It's free. And we do hope to see you here this morning for the Coffee and Coin Talk with Stacker. Hey, that's me. And then here, United States Army 2.5 ounce silver medal drop at 11:40 a.m. this morning. Stacker out.